So you've noticed that lately G.W.O is trying their best to answer all the frequently asked questions from most applicants. We started with using AI effectively. We went to whether you can hold multiple scholarships. And today we're going to talk about something that would really help you. It is the scholarship essay topic, why I deserve the scholarship. During our scholarship breakdowns, whenever we are discussing the essay aspect, we do mention a few essay topics. Why do you deserve the scholarship is an essay topic that pops up most of the time. So we thought it wise to do a video that explains how to write this essay perfectly, how to ace up the skill of essay writing to answer this particular question without leaving no crumbs out. Do you get it? So, we are going to talk about this particular essay. We will dive deeper into it and then give you suggestions on what should be in the first, second, third paragraph, or even if there'll be more paragraphs, we will discuss it in this video. So, go nowhere, stay tuned, and please subscribe. If you know anyone that this video might benefit, kindly send the video to the person so the person can also stay updated in the world of scholarships. G.W.O will stop at bringing you nothing but the best. So let's begin. One integral component of the scholarship application process is essay writing, and we all attest to the fact that it requires a significant investment of time and effort to produce a well written, thoughtful, and persuasive essay. So, essay writing isn't that easy, we all agree. You have to put in a lot of effort in making it as good as possible because then again, your very first interaction with the panelist or the scholarship committee is your essay. That's the very first interaction you have with them. And as the saying goes, first impression counts. You need to make sure that your essays leave a long lasting impact in the minds of your reviewers, in the minds of the panelists. Many applicants actually underestimate the importance of thoroughly understanding the essay prompt, researching similar topics, and carefully crafting their narrative. So, most applicants do not do their research well. They just treat the essay prompts anyhow. They treat it as one simple thing. They don't really do in depth research about maybe similar topics and how they can derive an understanding which would help them write these essays with perfection. So you see, essay writing is an investment. And like any investment, it requires time, effort, and strategic planning. Applicants must dedicate sufficient time to assess the essay prompt, understand it fully, and reflect on how to address it effectively. So, you see, it all begins with understanding the essay prompt. That's the most important thing. If you don't understand that, okay, it is this particular information that is required from me, you would end up writing something that does not correlate with the essay question or say the essay prompt that has been provided. So you see, you need to understand the prompt in itself before you even start crafting something. Most applicants can build a compelling narrative by researching similar essay topics to serve as a baseline, allowing them to craft their essays around a well informed and cohesive story. So, among the most common scholarship application essay prompts are: why do you deserve the scholarship? Or why do you need this scholarship? Another prompt that they usually ask is: describe your involvement and the outcome of one significant community leadership initiative in which you played a role. Sometimes too, they could ask: describe a time when you identified a need in your community and took action. There's also: the lessons we take from obstacles we encounter can be fundamental to later success. Recount a time when you faced a challenge, setback, or failure. How did it affect you, and what did you learn from the experience? Another question or prompt they keep sending is: what impact do you hope to make in your field or society? And the essays go on and on. So you see, these prompts are frequently asked because they help the awarding organization understand the applicant's background, challenges, motivations, aspirations, and potential. So it is not the interview period that actually exposes your being to the panelist or the scholarship committee. It's your essays. So you see that all the prompts we stated earlier gives them an understanding of who you are. Any information you put in there, be it written or not written, can give them an idea of who you are. Now, what do I mean by non-written information? There's a particular way you write your essays and they serve as implications of what you are or who you are. Let me give an example. Say you don't do any research, you don't really take your time to write your essay, you're going to leave a lot of mistakes in there, and it implies that you're not a serious person. Do you understand? So you may not necessarily write in your essay that I am not a serious person. No, it is how you present your essay that will show them whether you are serious or not. So there are unwritten things, right? Unwritten rules, or say unwritten implications which come along with how you present your essay. Because an organized person, a person who pays attention to details, would definitely take the pain and take their time to write a compelling essay. And if you're watching this video, you are one step ahead of presenting your essay, thus yourself, as a very organized and serious person worthy of a scholarship. So in most local and international scholarship applications, one of the most frequently asked essay prompts is, why do you deserve this scholarship? It's a very tricky question. Sometimes too, it comes as, why do you need this scholarship? The awarding organization places significant emphasis on this essay because it serves as a determining factor in whether an applicant will be accepted into the scholars program or not. And it's a very valid question because I'm about to give you something. Why do you deserve it? Why do you think I should give it to you? That is why it is key to make sure that you ace this particular essay. Given the importance of this essay, it is crucial to incorporate several key components when crafting your essays. These include your family background and financial situation, academic achievement, leadership qualities, extracurricular engagement, community involvement, and even your future aspirations. Each of these elements must be addressed thoughtfully and cohesively. That's the key word, cohesively. Should be cohesive, with additional details added where necessary to strengthen your narrative. The ultimate goal of the essay is to convince the awarding organization that you are a strong, deserving, and impactful candidate for the scholarship. And that's why you must include all the information we stated earlier. Let me reiterate it again. In that particular essay, which answers the question, why do you deserve this scholarship? You need to include your family background, financial situation, academic achievements, leadership qualities, extracurricular engagements, community involvement, and your future aspirations. Once again, it should be cohesive. So in this particular video, our focus discussion will be on the essay prompt, why do you need or deserve the scholarship you're applying for? Now, the main objective of this video is to focus on the essential elements to incorporate when writing such essays to ensure you submit a strong and compelling essay to win that scholarship. So the first part of the framework is to understand the essay prompt. So what's the essay prompt again? It is, why do you deserve this scholarship? Which could also be asked as, why do you need this scholarship? Okay, so it's similar, or it's the same thing. Before you begin writing, you have to understand the essay prompt because the prompt require you to reflect on your circumstances, financial challenges, academic achievements, leadership, and community engagements, and future goals. You see, so why do you deserve this? It should be something that you have, or something you are going through, or something you are experiencing that makes you deserving of the award or the scholarship. So that's why you have to capture on the basic aspects of your life, reflect on it, and put it on paper in a very systematic way. So let's dive deeper into the understanding of this topic again. So, this essay, once again, should focus on your financial situation. I can't repeat this enough. It should also touch on your personal challenges and how the scholarship will help you overcome barriers to achieving your educational and career goals. Additionally, the essay should emphasize your academic achievements, leadership qualities, community involvement, and how you align with the values of the scholarship organization. That is also a very key part. So you have to express yourself when it comes to writing this particular essay with respect to the mission, vision, and description of the award or awarding organization. So it's very key. It's very key. You have to align with the values of the scholarship organization. And how do you do that? By crafting the essay in that regard. So I'm going to give you 5 essential elements to consider when writing the essay. Each of the elements will have one separate paragraph, totaling 5 paragraphs in all. We will dissect the essay question into its constituent parts, identifying key themes, concepts, and requirements. So let's begin. So the very first paragraph, right, should be compelling and engaging to set the stage for the rest of the application. To enable the reader to know more about you, it's sometimes advisable to introduce yourself in a way that feels authentic and engaging. While you can include basic details like your name, age, and location, these should not be presented as a dry list. So you see someone, my name is do 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 do. My name is Abaya. I come from Zogbeli. I am 23 years old. No, it shouldn't be a dry list. It shouldn't be like that. Instead, you have to craft them into a narrative that gives the reader a sense of your identity. And mind you, you are not mandated to start the essay with your name. You can explore other alternatives by starting with a personal experience that has shaped your life, on which you can build the rest of your essay. So, this could be a moment that shaped your aspiration, a significant obstacle you overcame, or an experience that highlights your determination and resilience. Stories have a way, they actually have a unique way of appealing to our senses. And it's also advisable to start your essay with a personal story or a story about someone that can be related to your life or can serve as a baseline to buttress your subsequent points. The first paragraph can be used as an avenue or chance to sell your personality to the reader. So let the reader get to know you more and the unique personality you embody. Make sure your first paragraph flows smoothly from one point to the next. The introduction should be engaging and compelling, making the reader want to learn more about you and your journey. Because if you start your essay, I am patient. It's not that it's bad to start your essay that way, but it's dry sometimes. The person reading it might lose interest easily. So your aim is to keep the person glued to your essay, even to the extent that the person doesn't mind sending your essay home and reading it over and over and over again, because the experience you share with them is very pictorial in their mind. They feel it. Even to that, you can even write to the extent that they feel the meaning of your name just by reading it. So it all depends on how you present it. First essay, it must be catchy, right? Now, first paragraph must be catchy. So let's go to the second paragraph. What should be there? The second paragraph should focus on family information, background, and financial challenges. Most scholarships are to help or aid you financially, right? So the second paragraph should contain such information. And definitely, most students have their financial background deep rooted in their family. Right. When I say deep rooted in their family, I mean their family is their source of finances. So say mommy's work is not doing well, daddy's work is not doing well. This is the part where this part is where you should make mention of all that. Don't be embarrassed, okay? Don't be embarrassed when you're writing this particular part. It's okay. We all can't have it the same way. Do you get it? That's the reason why philanthropists have made these scholarships available. So you don't have to be embarrassed. You have to express yourself rather so that you can get help and change the narrative. Do you understand? So, family information provides a better understanding of the applicants and applicants' parents. The applicant should mention his or her position in the family, that's key, such as whether they're the firstborn, secondborn, and also you can mention the total number of siblings you have. For example, I am one of 6 children. Do you understand? So you have to briefly describe the occupation of your parents, explaining how their jobs are low paying, unstable, or physically demanding, and emphasize how this has limited their ability to provide for the family's needs and educational needs. You don't have to even lie about this, okay? Just be honest. Because you may be someone who is like the third of 6 children. Your mom's work is not good enough. Maybe you don't you are with a single parent who is your mom. Her work is not that good enough to cater for the 6 of you. That's not embarrassing. It's a situation, okay? So you just have to express yourself and get enough money that can help you further your education. And this in turn can help you alleviate the financial stress from your family. So you have to also describe all these things. So you have to state whether both parents are alive or if one or both have passed away. We are discussing very sensitive things here. I hope it doesn't trigger you in any way, but just know that these are situations. It's normal that these things happen, okay? But you have to own it and use that, leverage on it, and get all the opportunities that nature provides. Okay, good. So you also have to explain how the presence or absence of your parents has impacted the family's financial stability. Now, if your parents are divorced or separated, describe how this has created additional financial strain or emotional challenges in the household. So it may not necessarily be only financial strain, but emotional. Human beings are connected to one another through emotions. So you also have to spark the emotional uh, uh, you have to spark the emotional parts of whoever is reading your context. You are not doing it to find pity, but you are doing it to express yourself because you do need the help. Do you understand? That's good. You have to clearly state who is responsible for paying your fees, whether it's your parents, extended family, or yourself. Juggling menial jobs to contribute. And then you have to highlight the difficulties they face in meeting these financial obligations, such as struggling to make ends meet or taking on debt. You can also transition into the financial changes that have defined your life. Avoid generic claims of poverty and instead paint a visceral picture of hardship or a vivid description of the financial challenges. So then, don't write it and say we are poor people. No, You have to use words to paint a picture in the minds of whoever is reading. So you show, you don't tell. I hope you've heard that popular phrase before. If you haven't heard it, it simply means that your reading should show something, it shouldn't tell. That means people reading what you've written should feel. They should feel. So that's when you use your adjectives, you use your words well to describe how things are for you. You have to highlight how the challenges directly impact your academic journey, like being sent home repeatedly for unpaid fees, studying under candlelight because of no electricity, or walking miles to school to save transportation costs. All these are things you can write. Have to connect these past struggles to your present reality by explaining how your parents exhausted savings, the family's ongoing battles with inflation, medical bills or unemployment, and rising university fees, making self funding impossible. So, this paragraph should tackle the financial challenges in the family for the reader to understand clearly the financial challenges at home. Now, on to the next paragraph, which is the third paragraph. You need to understand that it's important to factor academic and leadership achievements when writing the essay why you need a scholarship or why you deserve a scholarship. You have to write a compelling narrative of your academic achievements, honors or awards, and recognition, because this sells the story that you are an outstanding candidate worthy of the scholarship despite any challenges you're facing. These traits are very admirable. People who are going through a lot but are still doing well academically, because you know that when you are going through a lot, it impacts your mental health. And as a result, worst case scenario, most people will not be able to concentrate, but you are still finding yourself amidst the storms. You are still pushing forward. So you have to discuss your academic achievements as well. So what if you don't have any academic achievements? You still have some achievements, You can still share it. So yeah. Now, almost every scholarship targets exceptional students. Therefore, you must be willing to share with the awarding organization notable milestones of intellectual growth and academic progression. Academic accomplishments and leadership endeavors can be written in a summarized paragraph. Applicants can commence by showcasing their scholarship achievements, honors, and recognition, including prestigious awards, academic accolades, and notable milestones that underscore their intellectual growth and academic progression. Applicants can also highlight their educational journey, touching on the important milestones in their current academic pursuits, and proudly share any distinguished awards or acknowledgements they have received along the way. Furthermore, you could also discuss any obstacles that you have encountered during your academic tenure and how you successfully overcame it. That shows resilience, and it also shows perseverance and determination. Subsequently, you can also integrate your leadership experiences, roles, and certifications and elaborate on the transformative impact on your personal and professional development. You have to emphasize key leadership positions, skills acquired, and accolades earned, and incorporate relevant volunteer work or community service initiatives that have significantly enriched your life and skill set. So, by synthesizing these elements, you will create a robust and persuasive paragraph that showcases your academic excellence, leadership prowess, and commitment to creating positive change, thereby aligning with the scholarship's objectives and values. Now, the fourth paragraph is the part where You let the awarding organization know the course you are studying or want to study and the impact you want to make in your field of study, community, and the world at large. Awarding organizations really like people who think far, people who think outside the box, and people who think into the future. They are impressed when they see young people with a mindset of change. Young people who know where they come from and are willing to make a positive impact. Awarding organizations are interested in such people. So in this fourth paragraph, you can do the explanation there. You can explain your motivations for choosing your course of study. So what motivates you to study the course you're doing? You could also explain your career aspirations and interest in your chosen field. Then you go ahead to describe the impact you want to make, highlighting specific issues you want to address in your community, district, region, or your country and beyond. You can also share personal experiences on challenges that have driven your interest in your chosen field. So sometimes you were interested in a field because of a challenge you once faced. For example, maybe your mom died due to cancer and now you want to do medicine, to study oncology so you can help people. Or you had a younger brother who died because of so and so. Or enough of the death stories. Maybe your father lost his job because of so and so. So you want to become a lawyer. So you may have gone through some challenges. Okay, maybe your mom got cheated in this and that, so you want to be a judge in future so that you can actually be more. So you see, some challenges can cause you to pursue certain courses. The organization must know the story. They must know the story. They must know the story. So you have to share these challenges that have driven your interest in your chosen field, specific skills or knowledge you hope to gain from your course of study, and how your career goals and community impact align with the scholarship objectives and goals. So you need to make the scholarship awarding organization know that you know them, you know who they are, and you know what they want, and you are what they want. Do you understand? So you need to know their values, their core values. So you go to their website, you see their objectives and their values, and then you describe how you align with their objectives and values. Now, this paragraph, which is the fourth paragraph, should be tailored more to your course of study and the impact you want to make. For the fifth and final paragraph, building on your existing paragraphs, you have to explain why you need a scholarship to further your education. You have to describe how the scholarship will enable you to achieve your dreams and aspirations and how its absence could shatter your goals. So say in future, you want to start an initiative that helps young people overcome certain challenges in society because you also went through this and this and that and you know how it feels. So this award would actually give you the chance to further your education. And an educated mind can actually drive impact in the society. Thus, you need it. So you see, you have to craft it in such a way that they would know that you know what you're about. And the award is what you need to make what you're about a reality, or what you have in your mind, your dreams, a reality. So all in all, for you to secure a scholarship, you need to be strategic and creative about how you answer the essay questions. Creativity refers to the art of presenting your authentic self and your genuine experiences in a fresh, engaging, and memorable way that captures the reader's attention and distinguishes you from other applicants. Creativity involves finding original angles or insights within common experiences, demonstrating depth of thought and the ability to reflect meaningfully of how events have shaped you. rather than merely recounting them superficially. So, the more you are able to reconnect with yourself and pour everything out on paper creatively, it feels to the scholarship committee or whoever is reviewing your essay that you've connected with the past and even the future, and you're pouring out your heart. So don't just list the things when you are writing the essay. I am this. My father died when I was this. I don't know. There's always a story behind everyone. So you put out that unique story and you hope for the best. Achieving a nearly flawless essay demands rigorous attention to the fundamentals of excellent writing, combined with thorough self editing and seeking external feedback to polish your work to the highest standard. This also means constructing your essay with a clear and logical structure, a strong introductory paragraph that immediately hooks the reader's interest and presents your central thesis or main argument. Also, well developed paragraphs that each focus on a single key point or example, using specific details and vivid descriptions to illustrate your claims and connect them back to the scholarship's criteria, and a concluding paragraph that powerfully reinforces your main message, summarizes your key qualifications, and leaves a lasting positive impression about your potential. So, a very strong essay would include all of these. Flawlessness requires impeccable grammar, spelling, punctuation, and syntax throughout the entire essay, as even minor errors can create a negative perception. We discussed this from the beginning. It could create a negative perception of your carelessness or lack of attention to detail, potentially undermining your credibility in the eyes of the selection committee. It also necessitates meticulous word count limits and formatting guidelines, and ideally seeking constructive criticisms from trusted teachers, mentors, or advisors who can offer objective insights on clarity, impact, and overall effectiveness before you submit your final draft. So note that there is a difference between an essay prompt and a letter prompt. Essays require only headings, title mostly at the top, about the topic given, and the letter requires an address. Never start an essay sample with an address unless otherwise stated by the organization. That was just by the way, but I hope you understand. Guys, we've come to the end of yet another video. We've spoken into details about this particular question, which is why I deserve the scholarship. I hope the next time you are asked this question, you will refer to this video, digest it, and write perfectly. Our lines are open for reviewing of essays for free. We'll take absolutely nothing from you if we review your essays. Just approach us and we'll get the job done for you. Thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. I hope you subscribed if you haven't subscribed yet. All the best in your future endeavors. See you in the next video.